basically, those of you know me probably agree I could deal with a speech. Second part, that could be more fun. So I started to think, what is it to be married? Well, being a bit of a geek I am, pulled the dictionary out. A few things were said in there, but one of the best ones I found was that marriage is a blending of different elements. So I started to think, what will Gaz bring to his marriage? Initially, I went back to that long time ago when Gaz and I first met down at Gareth Karin Cricket Club, a place where a lot of us have met. He was a little skinny 14-year-old, I think he was about. Skinny. Basically, we started a journey there, I think. A journey that sort of picked up in a white Uno. And it may have been a mistake to get in that Uno, but here we are. Yeah. Many, I think Ali can be testaments to the number of times that I walked through the back door, as many of us have done here today. I think it's fair to say Gaz and I have always had a very common interest in the sports we play. We met at Darcy, we moved to Evelyn, and eventually ended up playing rugby at Sedgley, so what that's got to do with cricket, I'm not too sure. I've got to say, I still remember when Gaz broke his ankle playing up at Calder Vale. A physio friend of ours told him that it was only ligament damage. 2 days later, when we were sat in the hospital having his ankle x-rayed, and the nurses were a little bit surprised, they turned around and said, "You'll have to take your tracksuit bottoms off," at which point Gaz and I promptly switched trousers, and the nurses beat a hedge to the tree. I've still got them, actually. I thought you were going to say that.
Lizzie wears them, but she does wear the trousers.
But so I thought, what does Gaz bring to his sport? He always brings pride, determination to succeed, and a quest for perfection. I think these are qualities that Gaz puts into his everyday life, and I'm sure he puts into his relationship and now his marriage with Karen. Away from sport, Gaz continually puts others before himself. I'm sure there's many a time when you've been in a bit of dire pickle and you've all picked up the phone, Gaz has come running. I'm sure there's been many a times when Karen's been absolutely screwing up the fact that he's done that. As a friend, you're incomparable, mate. Whenever I've needed a sounding board, advice, or just someone to have a moan at, usually someone to tell me how much Lizzie's in my ear, but that's just a different thing. You've always been there, mate, whether it be 7:30 in the morning or 11 o'clock at night. I've got to say though, when Lizzie did find out you were getting married, she was a bit confused because she thought you and me were going to get married. He's always looking out for me, always reassuring me, and I know that that's exactly what he will do for Karen and what he will do for his family. So Gareth's a creature of two faces, carefree, fun-loving lad from Bromwich Street that we all know, we've all probably been drinking with. But we've got a level-headed, dependable man that we've seen there, the guy that shed the tears, as well as the guy that could have the laughs. So if Gaz is able to take those parts of his personality and blend them well into his marriage, I'm sure it's going to be a long, happy and prosperous one. But before I do hand you over to Tim, who I promise you, his aim will probably be a bit more funny than me. And also, I promise you he's doing the toast as well. I just want to say, Karen, you look absolutely amazing. And also, by the way, get your photos. You know she doesn't wear dresses that often. Tim, I'm going to hand over to you now. I'm going to let you say what you want to say.
I'd like to thank Gaz for doing all my toast for me, so cheers, Gaz. I'll send him his speech. I'm sure a lot of you know that I actually haven't done a toast today. I've just put a few books against a few walls. Spat my dummy out a few times. But being stood up here today and just look at my brother who's just been married, for him to ask me to be the best man. It's an absolute privilege. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. I know everyone does say this, but he genuinely is the best person I've ever met. And if I could follow his footsteps half as much as he actually does, then I'll be a better man for it. Also, I'd just like to say what rubbish he was talking about him being 14 and skinny, because he wasn't. That's what's how old he was. He just went on the scales. Whatever stone he was, that's how old he was. We had a few laughs when I was younger, when me and Gaz were younger, because he was a big lad, I won't deny it, he was big. The only time he ever won a fight when he sat on top of me. And it was greed. And we only ever had one fight, and that was when, this was how big he was, because the mate teed off in the middle of Darsley cricket pitch. Gaz were in the actual bushes having a pee. And he only picked him out and hit him on the gut. Come on. Play into one ball. We're doing alright here, actually.
Fantastic.
I was absolutely petrified today. I was absolutely petrified. And I actually told him at one stage that I wasn't going to do it. If I actually did do that, then I would never forgive myself, because he's not only a best friend, he's one of the best brothers you could ever ask for. He's, but any advice, any solutions, if you go to him with a problem, he won't just give you advice, he'll solve the problem, and he's just one of the best guys I've ever met. So I'd like to raise a toast to the bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
And also, can I just add how gorgeous Kevin looks today, and Kevin also, she's very welcome in the family. So Kevin, everyone.
Karen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a comedian, isn't he? I would say.